Today our lesson will be on chapter 3, section 2, relating division and subtraction. So we're going to work to show that how we can use subtraction to help solve division problems. Now, just like where we had in the past, last year you learned about repeated addition, where we can use addition to solve multiplication problems. Now we're going to kind of flip that and use subtraction to solve our division problem. So this is what we're learning today, is a repeated subtraction. That's our keyword, and it's where we're using subtraction to solve division problems. So let's go ahead and take a look at example 1. It says Wyatt is given 15 colored pencils to 3 friends. How many colored pencils will each friend get? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to subtract, and we're going to see how many pencils each one will get. So we have 15 as our starting number. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 15, we're going to subtract 3 from it. So I go on and I know I can have 15. I start with my ones place. I have 5 minus 3. I know 5 minus 3 is 2. And 1 minus nothing is 1. So now I'm at 12. I subtracted 3 once. What I'm going to do is I'm going to carry my 12 over here, and I'm going to subtract 3 again. Now I have 3, subtract 12. On my ones place, I have 2 minus 3. I can't do that, so I'm going to borrow. My 1 becomes a 0. My 2 becomes a 12. And now I'm going to think, what is 12 minus 3? I know that if I count backwards from 12, I go 12, 11, 10, 9, that's 3. So 12 minus 3 is 9. I'm going to continue this process of carrying over my answer here and keep subtracting 3. And what I'm looking for is to get where I can no longer subtract 3. So now I have 9 minus 3. So 9 minus 3 I know is 6. I'm going to keep following this pattern. And now I have 6 minus 3 is 3. I'm going to scroll up a little bit here. And now I have 3 minus 3 is 0. Now what this tells me is that I've subtracted 3 as many times as I can. I end up with 0. So what this would look like is if I gave my friends, I kept giving them these pencils and I'm subtracting from it. Now I go back to my original question. What I want to do is count how many times I subtracted. So I started with 15. I subtracted 3. I did it once. I did it twice. 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. On the 5th time, I finally got to 0. So now I know that how many times can I subtract 3 subtracted from 15? I get 5 times. And what that tells me is that 15 divided by 3 is 5. And that's saying that if I break down my 15 colored pencils and I break them up to 3 of my friends, each friend will get 5 colored pencils. So I'm really just using that subtraction, but I was able to solve a division problem for it. Let's go ahead and look at our next examples here. All right, we're going to go ahead and look at our guided practice down here. This is what you'll be working on today, is our independent practice. But let's look at our guided practice first. So we're going to use repeated subtraction again to divide. So I have my problem here. I have 10 divided by 2. I'm not really sure what that is, but I do know that I can use my subtraction for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 10, subtract 2. All right, so I know that 10, if I subtract 2, I end up with 8. Okay, then I carry that over. You're always taking your answer and dropping it down, then repeating. And you'll notice that we subtract the same number every time, and that number comes from our first division problem. So this is what we start with, and you'll see that right here. But after the start, you're not using 10 anymore. You're using your difference from the first subtraction problem to keep subtracting from. The 2, however, stays the same. So now I have 8 minus 2. 8 minus 2 I know is 6. Bring my 6 over. 6 minus 2 I know is 4. And I'm going to bring my 4 over again. 4 minus 2 is 2. And then I'll bring my 2 over. And 2 minus 2 is 0. So now I know that I've reached the end, because we're always looking for that 0. That tells us that we've broken our numbers up evenly and that we've done all of our subtraction to reach the final step. And now my job is to go back and I need to count how many times I subtracted. So I subtracted once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times. Okay? So that tells me now that 10 divided by 2, I count how many times I subtracted. I know I subtracted 5 times, so that means my answer is 5. And this would look the same for number 2 here. So we have 12 divided by 3. Again, I don't know what that is yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my repeated subtraction for this. So I'm going to start with my 12 again. And now instead of dividing 3, I'm just subtracting 3. So I take 12, subtract 3. I did this on example 1, but we can count backwards again. 12, 11, 10, 9. I end up with 9 as my my difference here. Now I'm going to bring that down. I keep using my answer from my last subtraction problem, but I subtract the same number the whole time. And you'll see that we start with divided by 3. We're going to keep subtracting 3 the whole time. Now I have 9 minus 3. I know is 6. I bring my answer over to 6. 6 minus 3, I know is 3. And then I carried over 3 minus 3 is 0. Once I've reached my 0, now I can count up how many times did I subtract. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So my answer then would be 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Ahead a little bit and take a look at one of your independent practice problems. So we're going to take a look at number 13. Now, these are the ones where we have the variable. So remember, our variable is what we don't know. It's the unknown in the equation. In this case, it is this box here. Okay, so I'm going to use my box. Now, for repeated subtraction, we've noticed that we're always starting with this lead number, and then we're subtracting whatever we're dividing by. So for these ones, you'd be able to do, for 12, you'd be able to do your straight repeated subtraction. However, with 13, I don't know what I'm going to be subtracting. So what I can do now is I need to change my problem. With all these variable problems, what I want to do is I want to get this variable over to my answer side. Now, yesterday, or our last period in class, we learned about fact families. And we're going to fall back on that information here, and we're going to set up our fact family with these 3 numbers. So my 3 numbers are going to be 21, my variable here, which in this case happens to be this gray box, and 3. And what I want to do is I want to create my other problems for this, and I want to set up a different division problem where I end up with my variable over here in the answer blank. So I know that my first one is 21 divided by 3, or 21 divided by 4, or box equals 3. Now I'm going to set up my other problems. I know that I can have gray box times 3 equals 21. I can have 21 divided by, now I can flip these, remember, 3 equals gray box. And I can also have 3 times gray box equals 21. Now, one of these is going to help me because one of them sets up where I'm solving for my variable. So if I look, I want my variable on this side of the answer one. This one doesn't have it. Looks like this one does, and this one doesn't. So I'm going to use this problem. And now I can go and I can do my repeated subtraction because I was able to flip this into a problem where I'm solving for my variable using those fact families. So if you look, my entire fact family would be these 4 problems. And I'm just going to use this one here to solve for my gray box. So I go and I do my repeated subtraction where I'd start with 21. I'm going to divide, or I know I'm doing 21 divided by 3 is going to get me my answer. So I'm going to start with 21 and I'm going to subtract 3, and I would continue my repeated subtraction until I got down to 0 and solve my answer. So for 12, you're going to be able to just straight through do your repeated subtraction right away. For 13 and 14, you're going to need to flip them with your fact family. So think back on what we worked on our previous class period with our fact families, and then use that information to solve it. So what you're going to do now is, now that you've completed watching this video, your job is to go on and complete your independent practice here, problems 3 through 14, and then go ahead and submit that back to me on Seesaw. If you have any questions or things you're wondering about, watch this video again. If we're still confused, be sure to attempt it on Seesaw and then reach out through Seesaw with any questions or concerns at all.